Hello, this is Brian Resney, President of Resney Wealth Management. I'm bringing an important update about the economy and the investment markets so you can understand what we see in the global landscape. I thought I'd do this report a little early this week because of the budget talks and the shutdown of our government. First off, rest assured the world is not coming to an end. Just to give you some statistical numbers, we've had literally dozens and dozens of budget talks, government shutdowns, and the like, and guess what? It has very little impact on the investment markets at all, because ultimately, long term, most budget talks, even if they shut down the government, it's only a little bit of the government and has very little impact on GDP growth. In fact, probably one of the longer shutdowns is about a month long, and it had very immaterial impact on the market. In fact, the market back then in the 80s was only down about 2.5% to 3% over a short period of time. But as soon as talks resumed and a budget was passed, things skyrocketed over 10%. We've had 17 shutdowns since 1976, and guess what? The markets are at new highs. At the end of the day, budget talks and our government, as inept as I believe they are on most circumstances, we look at the economy, we look at the growth of companies, we look at what's going to make our clients ultimately money. We run a strict strategy off relative strength, and we currently own those relatively strong asset categories. In fact, we've made virtually no changes as we went into this month of October into our categories. In fact, we own exactly what we owned last month, because what we owned last month was still relatively stronger than most asset categories. We still like some of the emerging market areas, but we have a heavier weighting on small and mid cap, primarily in the US. We continue to have a very lower weight in fixed income, and we are in floating rate type securities. I can tell you clients of Resney Wealth Management have had a very successful year so far, and of course the quarter that ended was excellent. The biggest part of our strategy really is risk management, though. We are concerned always about risk, and if our sell indicators dictate a sell, we will raise cash. So unlike most buy and hold scenarios or asset allocation, where you blindly buy a bunch of stuff like a garage that collects dust and items over the years, we don't do that. We ultimately believe risk management is an important part of money management. We don't believe in buy and hold, and we don't believe in set it and forget it. So we do watch everything every single day, my staff and myself. I can tell you year to date we're off to a great start. I firmly believe, though, if I look at the pure economics, not only of our country, which if I look at PMI numbers that came out this morning, we're at record numbers for over the last 5 years. The economy is slowly getting better. This is probably the most hated bull market I've seen in 27 years of managing money, and it really is hated only because of the news media. I try to teach investors on my TV and radio show every week, stop listening to the talking heads on programs like CNBC. These are mostly the brokerage houses who have one objective, which is to sell you what's better for them than what's better for your portfolio. Of course, Resney Wealth Management is a fee-only money manager. We have no ties to Wall Street, insurance companies, or the like. We do 100% fiduciary investment advisory work, which is in the best interest of our clients. So, with that, we don't listen to CNBC, we don't listen to the talking heads, but we do spend a lot of money on really good research that we not only put together in-house, but also buy on outside sources. At the end of the day, propaganda sells news, and that's what most of these news programs are, and they should have little, they should be avoided basically in your portfolio decision making, because they're avoided at Resney Wealth Management. Again, we look at a strict strategy, we look at the economy getting better, not only here, but across the board. Some of the numbers that came out of China were just a tad bit weaker than anticipated, but still growth. End of the day, emerging markets are growing. End of the day, the U.S. economy is getting better. End of the day, Europe is slowly improving too. What does this tell me? It tells me we're going to have slight bumps in the road, but if you're an emotional investor, you're going to probably make some bad decisions. Of course, I can rest assure our clients at Resney Wealth Management, we get very few phone calls from our clients because we communicate not only well with you, but we keep your portfolio moving in the right direction. If you have questions about your portfolio and you are a client, please call our office. If you're not a client or you have friends that would like to become clients of Resney Wealth Management, we always appreciate your business and your referrals. We are going to have a live radio show course on Sunday from 10 to noon Eastern. We're also going to have a TV show on Wednesday evening, which will be downloaded on our website the next day. One of the things that we are working on is a few improvements on our website, And we're also working on an important research site that we will be coupling to our website that hopefully will be coming out in the next 30 days or so. What we're essentially trying to do is give not only our clients but our radio and TV listeners quality information that's of value, that's easy to disseminate and quick to disseminate. So we want to keep things fairly short but in a realistic manner so that you can understand them easily and go about your daily business. Again, I want to stress, one of the biggest problems that investors face today is fixed income. I'm seeing too many investors chase high yields because they need the income only to lose 10 or 15% of their principal. Of course, that isn't clients of Resney Wealth Management, but I'm seeing that a lot across the board with people who are calling my TV and radio show every day. So again, if you have friends that maybe are on the wrong side of the fence, or maybe they become more emotional investors, or maybe they just don't know what to do with their money, again, we appreciate new business all the time. Have yourself a safe and profitable week, and make sure you watch for our radio show and our TV show this week. Have a great day.